Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad to see you here. We are going to do messages for October the 28th, which is Saturday. Whoops. Sorry about that. I have to keep the, good morning, Candace. I have to watch the video in another window so that I can see the chat. Otherwise, I can't see the chat. And I forgot to mute it before I got started. My apologies there. Yes, today is Friday. We are doing messages, though, for Saturday, the 28th. Today's the 27th. Doing messages for the 28th because where I am, it is 9:33 in the morning, which means that over in the UK, it is already, what's 9 plus 7? 14:33. So it's like 2:33 in the afternoon. So it's late for messages over on that part of the world. So we're going to do messages for tomorrow today. Barbara Jackson, welcome, welcome. Good morning, my dear. Little ODD, hi, glad to see you again. Dee Dee Ryan, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you on the tweaking. Okay, so let's get started with messages for the 28th Saturday for Aries. What am I feeling for you guys today? I feel like you guys are very excited about something that you're doing, and it feels like there is definitely recreation going on. I know it's the weekend, that seems pretty typical, but this is recreation that you're very excited about. Lots of enthusiasm going on there. For a lot of you, this is some kind of recreation that you're doing with someone else. For some of you, there are going to be short little trips. I'm hearing day trips, so not like weekend trips, but more of day trips for a lot of you to go see or go do things. Some of you are going to actually be at weddings that you're looking forward to. Not all of you, of course, but some of you. Anyway, doing something that feels very recreational, enjoyable, and fun on Saturday for you, Aries. Vanita, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the house, my dear. Scorpio, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. We'll get there. I do the same order every day so everybody knows what to expect. Marcy Bonds, good morning, good morning. I missed you yesterday, honey. Glad to see you back. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, you're very focused on Saturday on the 27th. You've got your head down, you're moving forward. It feels to me like you have something that you want to get accomplished. I think you're enjoying the idea of it once it is accomplished, but right now it's time to pay attention and get that work done. Okay, so that's Saturday the 27th for Taurus. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini, Gemini. What we have here is a failure to communicate. I don't remember what movie that is from, but that's what I'm hearing actually as I look at you, Gemini. So communication feels like it's going to be an issue is what it sounds like tomorrow on Saturday. I'm hearing that for some of you, this is really just all about technology not working the way that it should be, you know, texts coming in really slow, phones going down, stuff like that for some of you. For others of you, it really is all about just not being on the same page with this other person that you're trying to communicate with. Some of you, I feel like the person you're trying to communicate with may not be so well grounded on planet Earth. They may have something going on that is keeping them from thinking clearly. And in fact, some of them may have some artificial substances in their bodies that are keeping them from thinking clearly, and that may be the root of your communication problem. For those of you where the communication problem is not technology, and even for some of you where it seems like the communication is technology, it may not be so much technology as it's operator error because this other person isn't thinking so straight. So have fun with that one. I'm glad that's Gemini and not Scorpio. I am so sorry. That's from Cold Hand Luke. Okay. I'm glad you know that, Dee Dee Ryan. That's a movie I haven't seen, but I did have always heard somebody say, what we have here is a failure to communicate. We used to say that in the military a lot. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Fourth sign, Cancer, water sign. Moving slow. I feel like things are moving slow for you today, and I feel like a lot of you Cancers also are moving slow, and that's kind of why things are moving slow, is because you're moving slow. You're just feeling like, you have all the time in the world. Some of you, I'm actually getting two different sensations whenever I feel into this moving slow thing. For some of you, I feel like you're just moving slow, like you're feeling like, you know what, it's my day off. I don't care. I'm not putting myself on a time schedule. If I eat lunch at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, who really cares? For others of you, though, I feel like we have a situation where whatever it is that you're trying to get accomplished, it seems like things just kind of fall apart. And so there's obstacles to getting things taken care of, and that's why things are moving slow. Some of you, what I'm picking up, Cancers, you're trying to collaborate with somebody who just really wants to sleep, and you're having a hard time getting them motivated to wake up and get with it so you can go do something or take care of something. Okay, so that's Cancers. Rosanna Akina. Hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room. How are you, sweetie? Okay, so let's look at Leo. Leo, 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 Leo. Happy Friday, everybody. Leo's for Saturday. I see you guys. I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing, if I'm seeing a snowboard or if I'm seeing a skateboard, but there's some kind of sliding. You're just sliding on Friday. So coasting on Friday. I think you're having a good time. I think you're being really chill, very relaxed. I don't see you doing a lot that involves a whole lot of effort on Saturday. Just kind of coasting through the day and enjoying the view as you coast. Well, you came in at just the right time, Rosanna. Okay, so let's see. Virgos, Virgos, Virgos. What do we have coming up for you guys? Straight up in your face is what I'm hearing, Virgos. Let me see more about what this means. What does this mean? Is this Virgos being straight up in somebody's face? Yes, I'm hearing. And somebody being in your face right back. This is going to actually have a final outcome that's going to be different for different ones of you Virgos, but definitely something is coming to a head where you actually have to confront somebody or ask them some questions about, okay, why are we doing things this way? Because I'm not seeing that it's very productive. In fact, I'm seeing it's kind of not. And I think that this person is going to be very honest with you back about what's going on and why. And so for some of you, this is going to be tripping both of your triggers, and this is going to end up being something that does not get resolved in a nice way by the end of the day. For others of you, if you can stay calm and actually hear what the other person is saying and process it, then you guys are really in a good place to understand each other better, and also to really, I'm hearing the word mind meld, which I have not heard since probably Star Trek or something, but you're in a really good position to mind meld and come up with some solutions that will work out better for both of you once you actually can see where each other is coming from. So I would urge you to try to stay calm as after you get in somebody's face and really hear what that person is saying back. They are not going to be intimidated by you, Virgo. I do hear that. Don't be thinking you're going to bully them, because nope. Excuse me. Okay. Alrighty, let's look at Libras, Mr. and Ms. Libras. Oh, Spirit wants to do you guys separately. So we're going to start with Miss Libras for tomorrow. Let's see what that message is. What I'm hearing is hanging in there. So there's something that you've been really working on, trying to get accomplished, trying to move forward. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, this is relationship stuff that you're trying to move forward and get into a better situation. And I'm feeling like you're hanging in there, like there's not much progress being made, but you're not giving up at this point. Okay, so that is for what's Saturday the 28th for Miss Libras. Let's see what Spirit has to say about Mr. Libras. Mr. Libras are also hanging in there, but with the twist of they're chilling. You guys are chilling about whatever it is that you're hanging in there for. And yes, I do feel like it's relationship issues. I almost get the sense for you, Mr. Libra, is that you're kind of watching whoever it is that you're with. You're watching them kind of trip out or spaz out about something. And so you're just doing what you can to be supportive. And then you're stepping back out of the way and letting them do their wild stuff without you there to be the receiver of them being all wild while they're all tripped out. So you are hanging in there waiting for the storm to pass, basically, is what I see for you, Mr. Libras. And I feel like you know that the storm will pass. You know, whatever it is that your significant other is tripping out about is going to be something that just trips them out temporarily, and then they're going to be fine. And you just kind of want to wait until after it's not dangerous to be around that person. And I don't mean dangerous like literally. I don't think they're going to beat you up or anything, but just emotionally, just spewing negative. So you're going to wait until that is done. You're hanging in there, Marcy, huh? Okay, well, more of that for tomorrow, I guess. Okay, let's get to Scorpio. Ms. Barbara, this is the part that you've been waiting for, my dear. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio is always the one that I'm most curious about and I most dread since it's my sun sign. What are we doing tomorrow? Ooh, I'm hearing we're taking a break tomorrow. That's nice. I could use a break. I am hearing that we're taking a break tomorrow. We are going to quit pushing with work and maybe also even with relationships. We may be hermitizing a little bit tomorrow. Not all of us, but some of us will decide to hermitize. I know hermitize is not a real word. It's a word I use all the time. When I hermitize, what that means is I shut off my Skype, I shut off my cell phone. Maybe even I get out of town. I am not reachable when I'm hermitizing. So that gives you an idea of what hermitizing is. We may be hermitizing tomorrow, some of us, not all of us, but definitely we're shutting it down. Things that we've been putting a lot of energy and effort into, we're tired. It's time. We're just taking a break. I don't feel like we're done, done. We are taking a break. We'll pick it back up on Sunday, I'm sure. Okay, so that's Saturday for Scorpios. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what do we have coming up for you? Okay, so Saturday, you guys are coming in as being of two minds. So there's something that I think what you're having a hard time figuring out what you actually want to do with your day. I feel like there are things that you could do with your day, Sagittarius, that make you feel very productive, although you're kind of ready for a break too. You would love to have a break, but you're also feeling like duty bound to do these productive things. Like that's really the smarter thing to do. That's the better thing to do. And on the other hand, you're thinking, but don't I deserve a break? Like, won't I be more productive on Sunday if I have a break today? And so you're having a hard time really deciding which way you want to go. I will tell you how that works for me, Sagittarius, and you can do whatever you want to with this information. But when I have a hard time deciding and I try to make myself work, I end up really hating the work. And I end up procrastinating and not getting much done. So then I haven't relaxed and I haven't worked. So I would say choose relax. Know that you'll come back refreshed on Sunday. Right on for you on Scorpio. Okay, thank you, Barbara. All right, so let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn. What do we have coming up for you guys? I'm feeling very, very earthy energy for you guys, which is kind of redundant because you guys are an earth sign, but I'm feeling like you guys are heavy duty grounded on Saturday. You are very much aware of the reality around you. And that doesn't, that's not necessarily a bad thing. First of all, being grounded is something that we all want to be anyway. And also the things that you're aware of that are around you could be very good. So it could be that you're just enjoying your surroundings very much. Maybe you're on vacation in a fantastic hotel in a wonderful place doing amazing things. You know, if you're very grounded in that situation, that can be wonderful fun. On the other hand, if you're grounded in a situation that's kind of the opposite of that, maybe not so much fun. So I think this is going to feel differently for each person out there, each Capricorn out there, but definitely very aware of the surroundings and your situation right now, this moment, today, Capricorn, tomorrow, on Saturday. All right, let's look at Aquarius. Sorry for all the interruptions for sipping, guys. When I start to feel a frog in my throat, I try to wash it away before it becomes anything more than a little frog. So Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. You guys have been creatively working your butts off today, Friday. What's going on Saturday? I think Saturday you're looking at what you've accomplished so far and you're feeling like, okay, we have made some progress, or I have made some progress, depending on your situation, Aquarius, whether you're working with others or not. And I think you're feeling pretty happy about your progress. I also think there's still a long way to go for you to finish up whatever this is that you're working on creatively. I think this is a continuation of yesterday's message, actually. So there's still a long way to go to finish this up, but you're feeling like you're putting a dent in it, and you're feeling pretty good about what you're doing in the amount of time that you've had to work on it. Okay, so that's Aquarius. Let's look at Pisces for the 28th. Pisces, I feel like you're going to be really having an emotional day on the 28th. You're going to have a hard time getting out of your emotions. For some of you, this is going to be a good thing. You're going to be around a significant other who is just treating you really well, and you're kind of feeling like the queen or the king, and you're over the top of the world with that. For others of you, this is more of a flip-flop type of thing where the emotions are up, the emotions are down. I feel like you've got things going on in your life, Pisces, that are kind of things that you're happy about, things that you're not happy about. You've got such a mixed bag of things going on, and these are things that are important to you. And so where you're really happy about one thing, and then you've got some other news that comes in that you're not. Like some of you, I think you're going to get some kind of good news about babies or about grandbabies. Of course, it's not going to be all of you. You know, and then there's going to be other news that you aren't so happy about hearing. And so it's just going to be, for a lot of you, it's going to be flip-flopping emotions, but definitely a day of just kind of soaking in the emotions, Pisces. So that's Saturday the 28th for Pisces. And now let's move on to some Reiki. So what I do when I send Reiki to you guys, I send it out for 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, what I like to do is go ahead and leave things open for questions. And I actually forgot to set my timer today. I try to be here for 30 minutes. So I think we'll do 5 minutes of Reiki, and then we'll do 5 minutes of questions. And then we'll just call that the day, the broadcast. Okay, so for Reiki, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be setting the intention for whatever is best for you guys, whatever will benefit you the most out there. If you guys would like to adjust these intentions, like if you have something specific that you would like the Reiki to work on, you can certainly do that. If you want the Reiki to work on your emotions, if you want the Reiki to work on some kind of physical pain that you're having or some kind of illness, feel free to adjust that intention to whatever you would like it to work on. I've actually had the Reiki bring in great success for some of my clients financially as well. So if you have something like that, you can put it that way as well. I'm just generally putting out there for whatever is for your highest and best good. You can adjust as needed. Also, for those of you who are not here now, but you're watching later, please know that the Reiki is energy. It is not limited by time or space, and so you can still receive the energy even though I'm not sending it at the moment. It will still come to you if you set that intention to receive it. And then also, if you feel like you would like to have more Reiki, you can always replay, whether you're here or whether you watch this later, replay and collect more. It's all good. I do not also do a reading with sessions. They are very separate services as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, when you're doing Reiki for somebody, you are mucking around in their aura and you do pick stuff up, but I got to tell you, I have had a Reiki session with somebody that picked stuff up and tried to start telling me about my life, and I was like, excuse me, no, no. I wanted Reiki. You're doing a reading. Go away. And because it was really actually kind of offensive to me, I have made it very clear in my own mind that they are two separate things. If somebody wants a reading, they'll say they want a reading. If somebody wants Reiki, they'll say they want Reiki. So that's the way I work. I know I have talked to people from California, and I don't know that it's only in California, but they have a Reiki session and then they give a complimentary 15-minute reading afterwards. I don't do that. What I do after a Reiki session, though, is I do a check-in call, and I will tell you where I felt, more concentrated energy going to in your body, kind of like how I do on these videos where I tell you guys where I feel the energy going. And I'll give you ideas about where you may see some shifts in your life, like where that energy has shifted and what sorts of things you can expect to see happen differently. Now that I'll do, and of course that's really information that you get from being tuned in just as much as anything else, but it is, Reiki related only. And then also after the end of that session, besides telling you that, I'll also ask you, what did you feel as I was sending the Reiki? Sometimes people don't feel anything, but a lot of times they do. And when they feel stuff during the Reiki while it's being sent, that's a good indication too of where the energy is being shifted and things that they can expect to be different in their lives. So I wouldn't say that I do a reading, but we definitely discuss what kinds of things the Reiki is working with or where it's working in your life and what types of things you can expect changes around. So I hope that answers that for you. Let me go ahead and get this Reiki started, and then if we have any more questions, you guys feel free to just throw them up in there while I'm sending the Reiki. I don't mind answering questions while I'm doing that. And then we'll have 5 more minutes after that. Well, we've got like 10 minutes left. So let me start the Reiki. Okay. So now we've got Reiki energy being sent out. If some of you feel things in your body that you have questions about or um, whatever, then go ahead and type it up in there and I'll try to help you with that. Good, good. Okay, so today where I'm feeling, okay, well, let me back up. So anytime you get Reiki energy, that's going to be affecting all of your chakras and getting things lined up for you energetically. But what I'm going to be telling you about is where I'm feeling concentrations of energy going out. And this won't apply to every single person that watches this video, but it will apply to somebody out there. So if you're feeling some sensations in the parts of your body that you're talking about, then you can pretty much know that that this is applying to you. So for some of you, what I'm feeling is a lot of energy going into the heart chakra, and for some of you into the solar plexus as well. So heart chakra has to do with emotions, how you feel about things, how you process traumas, how you enjoy the people that you love, those types of things. So when we've got energy going into the heart chakra, typically I see that when people have been through some kind of trauma, somebody close to them has done something or said something that has really kind of cut deep, so to speak. So heart chakra for some of you, solar plexus for some of the rest of you. Solar plexus has to do with how you express yourself in the world. So, this is creative projects. This is what kind of work you choose to do. These are the clothes that you wear, how you choose to present yourself and express yourself in the world. Now, the other thing that you guys should know about Reiki too is that when I'm feeling something in a particular area, it doesn't have to be symbolic. It doesn't have to be emotional or psychological. It could be that something is being healed that is physically in your body in that area as well. So if there's somebody in here that has heart issues or has issues with the lungs or with the chest, then this can be working on that as well. If there's somebody in here that maybe has digestive issues or issues with the kidneys or the liver, when we're looking at the solar plexus, there can be healing going on in that area as well, very much physical, just as easily as emotional or psychological. You're feeling in your head? Are you feeling like at the top of your head or more like your forehead or where, Candace? Can you tell me a little bit more specifically? Somebody is actually getting some energy going into the back of their heads, the back lower part of their head right now. And some of you have pets around you. I can feel some energy going out to some pets that are snuggling up next to you. Felt like a pulse over your chest. Yeah, you may be having some healing there. Very literal. You still want to keep going to the doctor and taking care of that? If you were getting Reiki on a regular basis, I would say especially go to the doctor and make sure medications are adjusted correctly. People who get Reiki for something like that over the long term can find that their medications need to go down. In fact, I know another Reiki master who was doing Reiki for somebody, and he skipped a doctor's appointment, a 6-month doctor's appointment, and he ended up in the hospital because he was taking twice the medicine he needed for, can't remember if he had high blood pressure or diabetes or something. Anyway, basically, he was ODing on his prescription medicine that he was taking just like the doctor told him to because he hadn't checked in with his doctor to see what he really needed after he started getting Reiki. In your forehead, okay, yeah, so you're having that third eye is getting worked with. Definitely. So Candace, if you've been blocked in that third eye lately, I would expect that you're going to start to really get a lot more intuitive hits coming into you. If you have not been blocked, then this talks about really expanding those psychic abilities. Congratulations on your last day smoking, little ODD. Both your kitties. I knew I felt like something really fluffy. Do they have long hair? Yeah. Sometimes whenever we're removing blockages in an area, what can happen is we actually do feel a little bit of discomfort as that blockage comes out. And then later on, we end up feeling better after the Reiki. But I would say, Candace, it's probably a good idea for you to like replay this or to play another Reiki video after this, maybe something that even focuses on that. There are a lot of Reiki videos on YouTube. And then, of course, always, if you want a Reiki session, I love to do Reiki. You can always contact me. They're not fluffy. Somebody has something that's really fluffy, a really fluffy animal around them. I don't know if they're actually here at the moment or if they'll be watching later, but I felt something really fluffy just sit down like right next to somebody, down by their legs, like right by their thighs or their knees. Oh, yeah, they can tell when the energy is flowing. I have a client that has like 4 dogs, and every time I send her Reiki energy, her animals all snuggle up around her. And she says even when she sleeps, they don't snuggle up all around her. That's the only time they really do that. Yeah, I would expect that you're going to start getting some messages, whether you're actually asking for them or not, Candace, at least on a conscious level. I'm sure you've asked on a subconscious to be more opened up, otherwise that wouldn't be happening. I can't remember when I started the Reiki. Oops. I think we've had 5 minutes though pretty easily, so I think I'm going to shut down the Reiki. What other questions do you guys have for me? What else should we talk about before I leave? That'll be great. That'll be great. And then, if you want to book an appointment, then we have hour-long Reiki sessions that I can book with you, and we'll schedule a time and, set some intentions. I'll talk to you beforehand. We'll see what kind of intentions you want to set and then do that energy. Not easily. It will go through, but not easily. I think it's going to be about, probably you're looking at like 3 more months before that actually sells, Dee Dee, from today. Yep, all you have to do, Candace, is check out my website. You can see my services. I offer Reiki sessions like 1 at a time. And then I also offer Reiki packages, which are discounted, where you can buy anywhere between 5 and 50 Reiki sessions. Just check out my website. Look for the tab that says Reiki. My website is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Sorry. I know that wasn't as quickly as you were hoping for, but... And then also, Dee Dee, remember, nothing is written in stone. A lot of times whenever I am giving somebody information that something is actually going to happen and the time frame comes up, many times as people focus on, oh, that's happening, and then they kind of relax about it because they know it is happening for sure, then a lot of times they bring it in at a closer time than what they actually were originally predicted. So time can be mashed shorter if you can relax about it and just let it be what it's going to be. But if you push at it and try to make it happen, that's a little bit self-defeating. Supposed to close November 1, yeah. I don't think that's happening. My spirits are confirming. They're like, that's not happening. I think it's actually going to sell to somebody completely different than what you're working with right now. And I hope I'm wrong. There are times when us readers hope we're wrong. I'm having a hard time settling on your end or theirs, so I think there's going to be a combination of both of you. It may be that something comes up at the last minute that y'all just can't agree on, and so it's both of you. Because normally that's an easy enough question to answer, your end or theirs. It's like a seesaw. It's going back and forth for me. So that means both. One of the things I learned early on when I was reading is if I could not decide between impressions that were coming into me, that meant that both of those impressions were correct. Just for those of you who are learning how to read, that's a tip there. That's a tip. One more minute. If anybody has a question, pop it in there. Right? You think I get it? Sorry. Better to be forewarned. That way you know. Not to be counting on that just yet. And then if it does come through, then bonus, surprise. Okay, well, I don't see any more questions coming in here, and I think it's time for me to take off and get on with the rest of my day. Thank you, all of you, for keeping me company. I really do appreciate it when you all show up and hang out with me and talk to me and just keep things interesting and new and fresh. That really helps me so much. Will it be your last day smoking ever? It'll be your last day smoking. I think there will be times when, after a little while, when you will try smoking again. And I think that you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember why I don't like this anymore. So it'll be your last day smoking. I don't think that if you pick it up again later on, I don't see it lasting. I see it being like, oh, yuck. Why did I like that? Ricky, hello, hello. I'm actually getting ready to take off here. So everybody, thank you once again so much for keeping me company. I'm going to log out. You guys have a fantastic, fantastic weekend if I don't see you tomorrow and the next day. And just, I will see you all soon. Thank you. Thank you. Peace.